What's going on, Alec?
Hey, it's going good. It's going swell. In
How are
fact, I
you
got my,
dressed today?
I
Oh,
got Riku
should I say iconic
from
Kingdom
Kingdom
Hearts
Hearts.
character Riku?
Yes, Riku from Kingdom Hearts 3 specifically. Even though, well, I won't say anything. But yeah,
You
it's
can
his
call
Keyblade.
me Luigi, buddy.
Wahoo! I'm a
Wow.
number. I'm a number one.
Number two.
I'm a number two.
Okay.
Poor Ouija.
We're dressed up. This is not a horror themed video, but we are in
No.
horror October month.
Yes,
So
so we're gonna be. I mean, I don't know how much I'm actually gonna be able to dress up in.
Alec's gonna buy
You're gonna,
5 costumes.
I'm gonna
Can't
buy
wait.
every costume known to man and be able to get in here. No, I've got two more things that I can do. So at least we'll see.
We'll see what happens. I should get a Blood Rain costume.
Please don't. Please don't.
All
It'll
right,
be okay.
please. Okay. All right, so we're not into horror month yet,
No.
um, but we are going to talk about September.
Yep. Do a
So,
recap of September. So.
we're going to each bring three favorites to the table. Together, we'll have our 6 favorite things of the month. This doesn't mean
Hmm.
that that the things came out in this month. It's just we experienced them, had fun with them this month. All right. This could be whatever you want to highlight, really. Alec, what you got?
What do I got? Okay. So first for me. So there's this show that I watched a while ago. I watched a few episodes of it with my folks, and we all really liked it. Um, I don't know what happened. Some stuff just got in the way, and I just didn't watch it with them anymore. On vacation, this show. This is when I watched it on a certain streaming service. I don't want to give it away right away. This show recently was acquired by Netflix,
The boys.
and it's kind of gotten pretty big again because it got acquired by a streaming service which is probably a lot more popular than the one that was on before.
Avatar: The
um
Last Airbender.
no, that show is Cobra Kai.
Oh, duh. Yeah.
So Cobra Kai is, for those of you that don't know, is the sequel that no one really asked for, of the Karate Kid. So there's like a bunch of different Karate Kids. There's like the first one, is second one. There's two sequels, and then there was like the next Karate Kid with Hilary Swank that no one cares about. It was terrible. And then there was the Karate Kid, which was with,
Jaden Smith,
uh,
baby.
yeah, and that like no one. That's a movie that came out. People were like, "Hey, that was pretty good," and then literally everyone stopped talking about 6 months later because no one
Yeah,
cares.
it was pretty good, but
Yeah, but it's not the karate. It's not the original one.
it
It's
ain't no
not the one
Karate
with Mr.
Kid.
Miyagi, and it's not. It's not
It's
the
not.
Karate Kid. It's not the original. Which is still a good movie. I think one of the strengths of Cobra Kai is that you really, because of how like ingrained in the zeitgeist, the Karate Kid is, you don't really need to watch the Karate Kid in order to really get something out of Cobra Kai. So the show takes the perspective, more on the perspective of, Johnny Lawrence, who is like the villain or the bully in the original Karate Kid,
Hmm.
as opposed to, Daniel Larusso, who was the hero, the lovable young guy from Jersey who moves to California and is like, is a fish out of water and is like, kind of thing. Um, and so it takes that perspective where its focus is more on him, and he's the protagonist of the show for more or less. It deals with sort of the ups and downs of their where their lives have led them in the 30-ish years since the tournament at the end of the Karate Kid. Um, and it's just really, really fun storytelling. Character kind of focused, storytelling. Is the story kind of like, there's nothing like overly, I guess, super special about kind of the general plotting of Cobra Kai, but the relationships are all really interesting, in sort of what the themes that they explore. Um, it's a fun show. It's funny at times. Sometimes the humor's a little hit or miss sometimes. But overall the sort of the character drama in between everything is really what holds it together. You've got new relationships, but then you have like the old relationships from like the days of the Karate Kid, the rivalry between Daniel and Johnny. It's just really interesting, and I really like what they did with it. Especially because it was like this wasn't really needed. No one was asking for a Karate Kid sequel like this with like with like the old actors, but I think they've just done such a good job with it. So I'm just started season 2. I finally got all the way through season 1 again, and or I should say finally got all the way through season 1, starting season 2 now. So I've been really enjoying that, watching that. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And Netflix picked up the series, and they're going to be doing a 3rd season. So
cool.
Look forward to that in the future for sure.
Look forward to our Karate Kid movie series of reviews.
That would actually be pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie.
That
would be fun. That would be fun.
That would be a nice random series to do.
Yeah, honestly.
All right, so that'll be coming next week. We'll start it next week, and it'll
our horror themed Karate Kid.
It'll be very spooky.
Well, I mean, the original Karate Kid does have a Halloween like segment, like pretty prominent segment in the movie. So.
All right. Well, my first thing is gonna be Payday 2. The
that came out of nowhere. That's random.
Payday 2, the big score to be specific.
Ooh.
It is kind of random. It's one of the games that's in the rotation with my brother and I. We just play co-op games. Like we play through Borderlands 2, and a few others. But I want to get back to Borderlands, by the way. We still have the pre-sequel N3 that we're waiting to play. But we're going to beat this first before we go into the next one. And it's weird because I know Payday 2 was a really well talked about for a long time. It was particularly like a PC community. Yeah. There's like rabid fans who've put in thousands of hours into it. But I've never played it myself until now. And I figured it would be a fun one to play as a co-op thing. I would say it's not like my favorite game in the world. Like there's definitely some stuff that's not polished now. That's like really obvious, some jank moments, and I really do not do well with the stealth at all in this game. They always like half the time they say stealth is an option, and then we end up blowing it immediately and end up having to fight our way out of like an ungodly amount of people. Like the entire police force and SWAT teams are just coming in.
Nice.
And it just gets really excessive really quickly. Like we're only on the level 2 difficulty because they just keep getting more difficult. It's like very hard difficulty. But I know there's like 3 more levels after that, and it gets into like absolute chaos.
Wow.
We're already pretty chaotic where we're at. We'll do like, at first it was just us doing it, but now we just do open lobbies where we'll have people come in with us, random people too, because it helps. But it's still fun. It's fun, but it's one of those games where the AI have these repeated lines that they say all the time. Like the police are constantly yelling the same lines. They're like, "Can somebody tell me who the fuck these people are?" And then another one will be like, "Who are these guys? Ex-military?"
They say
it so
great.
Often.
The canned lines. It's like, couldn't you have recorded maybe a little more than that? Yeah.
And then someone will be like, "Ayo, it's hot as fuck." I'm like, what the hell? They're just like saying
they're in Hotlanta, you know. They're just hot.
I'm trying to think of some other random ones they say.
That's really funny.
But it's just so much, and then, like constant gunfire, like, and the dialogue going into missions and stuff will be different. Like from what we're hearing on our ends is different than the other person's perspective. So he'll be like in a car crash, the guy who's talking, he'll be like, whoa, 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 whoa on my end, and then he'll say something else on his end, or he'll be like, oh god, I'm losing it. So it's just so wacky. And we had a whole sequence where he got like, it was almost like he was disconnected, but he was still there. Like he was able to walk around, but he couldn't see any enemies. But the enemies could all see him on my screen, and I sent him a video. It was just like him standing there, and just there's a circle of police people just shooting at his face, and they're just like gunfire everywhere. It just doesn't doing anything. Just a lot of jank elements to it, but it's still a fun time. Still a fun time. And it's like there's a little bit of variety in missions at least, which is fun. But we've just been going through the storyline missions because I know you can pick random ones on there. But we're working through the storyline. I don't know how long that takes, but that's it.
How many places can you rob?
I don't know. Well, sometimes it's robbing things, which is like there was one where it was really excessive, where there was like a million different safes that you can pick the lock on, like if you want to get extra stuff. So we were literally just standing there for a half hour just unlocking things, and then when we got out of there, there was like way too many enemies. We ended up dying, and we're like, okay, it's not worth it anymore. It's just the difficulty like in the beginning was like a cakewalk, and then
That's funny.
now it's like excessive how much we're dying. And then you'll have like random ninja police officers. I forget what they're called exactly, but they have like these goggles on, and they come and just like insta kill you. They'll drop down.
No, they're not like they're not like SWAT, are they?
I don't know what they're
Really?
called, but I mean, there's a lot of SWAT involved in general.
Yeah.
And then the guy will constantly be like, all right, because it'll be like police force inbound or something. It'll say police are on their way. And then for some reason it'll be like, all right, you earned a breather. All right, you took care of them for now, but keep your guard up. But it'll be the same amount of enemies that are still fighting. Like we have no breather. We're dying out here.
That's great.
It's like, wow, this it doesn't have a certain polish to it, but it's certain fun with jank.
Nice.
All right, what else you got?
All right, so for me, so it's pretty simple. It's nothing like too great, but it's something I really liked exploring while I was on vacation. I brought my Switch with me, and of all the games I played, I had tons of different games, but I just felt like I needed to play the 51 Clubhouse games.
Yeah, I really want to play that.
And it's silly how like fun I was having, especially because I was playing by myself. But I was still having fun just like exploring the different like all the different little games they have on there.
Yeah, how many solitaire games do they have?
How many
solid?
It's like solitaires. So they do have like they have solitaire, spider solitaire, and then mahjong you can play by yourself too. They have like mahjong puzzles.
Do they have options to play like these other games like?
A lot of the time,
computer
no.
Players.
Well, yeah, most of the time, yeah, you have to play them with computer players. Other ones, there are some that are like actually like close to impossible with the computer because like there's a couple where the computer like literally has to decide to make a mistake in order for you to win, because there's a version of
you have like Connect 4 in there or something, right?
Yeah, Connect 4 is a solved game. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can essentially, if you know all the moves, which isn't hard because it's not a very big board, you can plan a victory or a stalemate through the game. Same thing with there's a version of it's not Go, it's called something else. I don't remember what. But it's I don't know why they just didn't include Go, because that game has way more strategy than this other version, which is just like playing the computer on easy. The computer on easy is just like solving the whole thing and it just beats you immediately. Nice. It's like, this isn't okay. That's not fair.
You need some friends to play.
But then you have complicated games like Hanafuda, or Rishi Mahjong, which is so complicated that the game literally tells you just need to play it for a while and then you'll figure it out. Like, the game literally tells you that. Like, it can be hard. That's why we have a reference sheet. You just have to keep playing the game and you'll get used to it. Because there's like so many different hands in Rishi Mahjong that you can make that like it fills up like 7 pages or something of the different hands that you can have. I'm just like, I don't have no idea. I played it once and I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm not gonna play this anymore for a while. But it was fun, like playing Hanafuda, because that's like where Nintendo gets their got their start in the late 19th century as a Hanafuda card manufacturer. But yeah, then they have just like stuff from all over the world. They have a version of Sorry, which I think is called. I don't remember what that was actually called.
My apologies.
My apologies. No, it's called something else. I think the game has a French origin. And then you also have Scrabble, which is called Yacht Dice. And not Scrabble. Sorry, Yahtzee.
Yahtzee, yeah.
Which is called Yacht Dice.
Yacht Dice.
Yeah, because I think, yeah.
Great. It's very catchy. Yacht Dice. Yacht Dice.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I think the physics on the stuff like pool and bowling is actually like pretty good. I actually think it does a good job with that stuff too. So.
Yeah. I know there's some sort of online aspect, but I think it just like you play random batches of games. You can't pick.
I don't know. I didn't really test it out too much because I was just kind of having fun just playing the different games, having fun with Solitaire. It's a very, very soothing, relaxing game, Solitaire. So for the first time ever in that game, I was able to beat the 3-card version of Solitaire, which is the one where instead of drawing 1 card in the pile, you draw 3, and you have to play the top one. And so I was finally able to. That's the first time I've ever beaten that version of Solitaire. So yeah,
that's fun.
Good times,
so you're telling me you didn't go out into a random park and play with some strangers?
No, I did not. Like they do in all the Nintendo Switch commercials.
Come on over. Whoa, he's got 51 Clubhouse games.
Whoa, we should play some Hanafuda with this weirdo.
Well, the soccer team would come over and play like a soccer related game.
Yeah, let's play. Is there? I think there might be. I think there's toy soccer.
Hey, let's play toy soccer, guys.
So I didn't play.
That's the real soccer.
So yeah, I didn't play every single game. I don't remember every single one that's on there, but it's great.
We should review every game, every worldwide classic, in an epic, in a 51 video
minute
epic.
long, in a 51 minute long. That would be interesting. We review each game in 1 minute.
Oh, in 1 minute. I thought we were going to give each game 51 minutes of discussion.
Oh, yeah, let's... All right, so here we have...
we're just breaking down, like, the classics.
Connect 4. Here's Connect 4. Connect 4.
Yeah, Connect 4, I appreciate, like, there's something to be said about simplicity, and it's an approachable game, you know? Like, anyone can pick it up, and you get the idea. Connect 4, it's in the title.
51 minutes about backgammon. About poker, Texas Hold'em poker.
Each little variant. I'm down. Right, like I'll start it right now.
Yeah, it's fun though. I had a good time. So, when I wasn't doing that, I was reading 20th Century Boys, which is another really good manga. But
that's not one of your favorites, though.
That's not one of my favorites.
Not favorite enough.
Because I only read the first volume. So, all right. My
next thing is going to be a YouTuber. For the first time ever. Okay, so there's this YouTuber named Dashi. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
He's on the surface. He's gonna look like your typical like.
Hey guys, I'm a YouTuber. Yeah. What's up?
Well, not like that obnoxious. Well, it's a different kind. Like he's a high energy person, but it's very genuine, and like what I appreciate about him is he like edits all of his own videos, you know, and he's well past the point he doesn't have to do that. And he's like 5 million or whatever. And well, I watched him primarily for his Mario Maker series, which is like over 200 episodes now. But it's really fun stuff because he'll play like a lot of popular new games as well, like, you know, Fall Guys, Among Us kind of stuff. But he's tried and true. Super Mario Maker he's stuck with. I'm still trying to finish his original Mario Maker, but he's went on to Mario Maker 2 obviously. As well, but I really appreciate like he's got really great comedic timing, and actually incorporates his editing and it interacts with like the editing that he's gonna eventually do in the future. Like he'll like make a clone of himself and he'll like talk to himself, and he'll have really funny bits with that. And he makes bits out of like just the sounds and the music in the game. It's like really creative stuff that you don't usually see.
That kind of comedic editing reminds me a little of Brutal Moose.
That's why actually.
Oh,
but he's really fun personality, and he like, he'll just like between every death, like he'll have like a death. He even has a death counter, which is like enough of a touch. Like he actually actively updates his death counter over like tons of deaths. Doesn't have to do that, but then he does other little bits here and there like nonstop. There's a lot of editing, so it's not just like gameplay just chucks it on there. It's like he'll do like play for 2 hours and he'll edit it down to like 30 minutes, and it's really well done. It's like really unique but still fun personality, puts a lot of effort into it. So yeah, cool. For Mario Maker alone, that's like 90% of what I watch from him.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, my other one is also YouTube related. So, but they're YouTubers of a sort, but they're not here YouTubers. They are virtual YouTubers.
Oh boy.
Yeah, here we go. Alex aboard the VTuber hype train. So I don't remember how this happened exactly. Somehow, I don't know if it was on my recommended videos or what. There was a clip of Tarqaron, who is the big meme VTuber right now because of Ekum Bokum. It was like a big thing. I didn't see that video first. I saw a video of it was Tarqaron looks at English versions of Pokemon names. And so she was like, okay, so her favorite Pokemon is Kodak, which is Psyduck. So then it was just like her looking up the English version and then saying them in an adorable voice because she's playing an adorable anime girl, so of course. And then her finding out that the puns of Casey and Yungara, which are the Abra and Kadabra, is Abra and Kadabra, and her just like complete joy and childlike glee of when she finds out that's a really good pun. It was just adorable, and I was like, that's great. So
is your love for is it specifically this VTuber?
No. This is VTuber. This is VTubers. This is going to be VTubers in general. I'm leading somewhere with this. So my current favorite is of the clip I saw next, which was Pikami, Amano Pikami, and with Timoshka, and they were playing
of course all these.
And they were playing Minecraft or some mod of Minecraft. So they're part of a VTuber group called Bombs. Okay. And so they're playing this Minecraft thing, and Timoshka just like they're like, yeah, let's kill Kira. And then Timoshka just all of a sudden goes, let's kill the ho. And then so it just leads to this whole thing of Pikami just finding it very funny. So Pikami is bilingual, which is one of the reasons why I like her so much. Because I can actually understand what she's saying. I don't have to rely on the community to translate for me. She just has like a really sunny personality. She laughs like a tea kettle going on boil, which is very funny. It doesn't get old. It doesn't get old to me anyway. But it's she's great because she'll literally will say stuff in Japanese and then she'll translate for the English audience, and then she'll even do that in specific English language streams. Sometimes she'll do that for Japanese viewers who are there too. So it's really, really cool having somebody that's fluent in both languages. Her English is not perfect, but it's very apparent in that "Let's Kill the Ho" clip, where because Timoshka goes, "Let's kill the ho," and she goes "Let ho, and she all of a sudden switches to an American accent, and you're like, "Whoa!" And then one of the comments in that video is like, in between the ho, it was like in between. It was like she just in the first ho it was like Japanese, and the second one is like hamburgers and freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, so Amano Pikami is my favorite. I really like her. I've tuned into streams. I'm a member, so I've joined the membership thing. Even I'm a member of her chat. I've super chatted.
Wow.
So I'm simping the VTubers, man. And then I also, because so there's another group called Hololive. I'm sorry, this is a primer basically on VTubers. But Hololive is another company that recently there's been some controversy with the Japanese side of it. I won't get into any of that. But they just recently started an English branch version. All of them are native English speakers. They don't know very much Japanese. Some of them do, I think. Some of them are also a little bit more bilingual than other ones. But they all just do English language streams, basically. And there's 5 of them. I'm particularly fond of who am I fond of? I don't know. I kind of like all of them. I like all of them in different ways. So I won't get into any details. But the cute little shark girl, Gauragura, is the meme girl of that because of how she started her stream. I won't spoil it. Just I would recommend everyone just type in, if you haven't seen it yet, Gauragura introduction, and just watch her first stream, just the first like 5 minutes, because it's like, to me, I don't know. It really got me. It really struck me, and I was like dying laughing. It's probably like, if you watch it and you don't understand like this whole phenomenon, you'd be like, I don't get it. It was just, that didn't make any sense to me. But I don't know. This is wild. This is just the last couple of weeks, by the way, for me.
This is a whole new world to me.
It is. This is great. I love it.
Well, so when did it switch from meme status to unironic love status for you? Because it's always just been memes that are posted on Twitter or like little clips for me. I'm like, oh, that's funny.
Probably when I kept watching that Pikami Let's Kill the Hoe, because I thought it was just so funny, because it's hysterical. So actually with that, she's quoting JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but she didn't know what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
So then when she asks her, what does it mean? She then has to like awkwardly explain what that what that phrase means. Like, what's a hoe? It's just like, okay, well. And then she, later on in the stream, there was another clip I watched. Later on in the same stream, they start saying it again, but the third member of that group was with them there, so they had to like explain it again. It was very funny. And so it was through that, and then I just kept getting recommended videos from Pikami, and I was like, okay, I love this girl. I was like, I need to simp. Are you simping? I'm not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've super chatted a few times, so I guess if that's simping, then that's simping.
This isn't a real girl, right? This is virtual.
No, she's a real girl.
She's a virtual girl.
Okay,
though.
so this is the thing, and this is the thing. This is gonna be a really long. This is a very long September favorites thing, but I mean, I guess it will be helpful for people who don't understand this whole thing. That's kind
very
of
informative,
taking over the internet.
Just like the presidential debate, 17% say this was informative.
Is that really what? Yeah. Is that really a statistic?
This is a CBS poll.
Oh,
69% said they were annoyed.
69%?
Yeah.
Nice.
But
so no, okay, so basically, all right, to break it down even more simply, a virtual YouTuber it's a character. It's a character that typically I would say almost exclusively until recently. It's not totally exclusively, but almost exclusively until recently. They are a character that a Japanese speaker is playing. They have an anime avatar. A lot of them are monster girls, or at least a lot of the more recent ones kind of are.
Monster girls.
Or at least they have a monster aesthetic, because that's popular. That's really big in anime right now. So, and they play a character in what they're doing. It's basically using a persona to interact with an audience.
So how do you simp for a character?
It's kind of hold on. It's kind of role playing, but at the same time, it's also not, because there's no one that can actually stay in character the whole time while they're playing a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are, because like a lot of them play video games, other ones are asking questions or answering questions. There's an element of it not necessarily being an always a character. With Pikami, you definitely get the sense that like there is a little bit of an exaggeration to a lot of what she does or says, but she talks a lot about her real life. A lot of the Voms girls do. Tomoshka has her real life brother on streams. They played like CS:GO together.
Wait, so like he's in person and she's virtual?
No, so basically with that, so the virtual avatars are all connected to, like, usually connected like a VR thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're able to like see their reactions and stuff like that, and that's why you always see that sort of like model of them like moving around. With that, someone just drew art of her brother, and so
Okay.
it was like he was
I
there.
wanted the real person there
Yeah,
next
no,
to.
that would have been really weird. But I don't know. It's just a really interesting thing, because it is like Kizuna AI was like the first super big one. She's old. She's like,
She's like
I
80.
want to say like 4 or 5 years old.
She's an old.
She's like 4 or 5 years old. I've seen Kizuna
Okay.
AI stuff for a long time, and I had no idea what it was until more recently, and I was like, oh, she's a VTuber. Okay, so she's like playing a character. But yeah, there's this element of like some of it is a character, other parts of it aren't. So like the English VTubers, for example, you can edit all this out and do another video, by the way, if you really want to. But some of the English VTubers, they're all playing different characters. One of them is like literally like she's like the god of death. She's a Shinigami. Another one is like she's a little shark girl who is like learning about humans.
Okay.
And another one is a time traveling detective that dresses up like Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, I mean they're all like different characters. Another one is like she's like a bird. She's like a phoenix kind of thing, who really likes turkey legs. But everyone called them chicken, so now everyone says that she's a chicken.
Okay.
It's just, and then there's like a octopus girl she's like an artist. But here's the thing: these people are actually genuinely talented at these things. She's a really good artist. The Shinigami character is like has like an amazing song, like a freaking fire single that I'll send you after this. It's so good. These people are very talented.
You're deep in
So,
it.
oh, I'm deep, man. I'm deep. This is, yeah, and this has been great. This has been fun. So that's VTuber stuff, specifically Pikami, because I think she's great and I really like her
I
a
have
lot.
to
And she's fun.
delve into the VTuber wiki for some help here. That's
Good luck.
that's a
It's a deep
wild.
hole.
So you're simping. You see through the persona and you simp for the kind heart they have underneath.
I do, yeah. It doesn't matter. So, like, what's interesting to me is because there could be any number of reasons why these people aren't just doing this, like, independently.
Mm-hmm.
Having an avatar could just be freeing. You can just make the kind of content. You don't have to worry about any sort of societal standard. Maybe there could be like physical deformities or something, and they feel like maybe there's an element of it that's like, I don't feel like I can be as popular with if I didn't have a persona. There could be any number of reasons why they do it. Maybe it's just like, I want to act. Acting is fun. I can have this freedom to do it through an avatar because people eat that stuff up.
So you were saying it's kind of like Sword Art Online, in a way. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess if you wanna put it
Freeing
that way.
these people. It's Ready
freeing,
Player One.
It's Ready Player One. I mean, I guess to a point, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, well, I should have done that from the start. Are there Avatar boys?
There are some. There's a couple of groups, but
They're just not.
they're not nearly as plentiful. Well, they're not as cute. So.
Interesting. Okay, well, my last thing is Super Mario 64.
Oh yeah, I see. I was actually thinking about putting this in earlier as one of mine, or at least the 3D All Stars, but
yeah, it's from 3D All Stars, but
mm-hmm.
I'm trying to play through Mario 64 first because that's the one that I didn't have much experience with in general. Like growing up, I shoved a penny in a cartridge early on, so then I didn't have a working game. And Sunshine and Galaxy I have a lot of experience with, so while I really did want to play them, I wanted to play through 64 first. And it's definitely fun. Definitely fun.
Yeah.
I could say the controls and camera and everything don't age as well as the others for sure.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
To get back, especially as someone who hasn't played it originally, but it's still a lot of fun. I'm only like 30 stars in or so, but
so Pikami has been playing that on stream.
Of course,
she was stuck for an hour on 1 star. I don't know if I've ever been more entertained by seeing someone play a video game badly. What star was that? Have you gotten to Snowman Land yet?
Snowman Land?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's not
cool.
It's not Cool Mountain. It's Snowman Land.
Snowman Land. I think that's one of the few I haven't actually.
Okay, so.
But
yeah, she got stuck on the first.
I mean, I've watched a lot of Super Mario 64. That's why even having not played it, I knew immediately what to do in a lot of the early courses. Yeah. You know, because it's just such a popular game online, and
it's a great game. It's fun. It's a fun speed run to watch too. Very popular speed run. So.
But I'm really excited to play Sunshine. I'm excited to play Galaxy, even though I almost feel like I could just play the originals, honestly, because there are little things that are not quite right. But
I've actually probably played more Sunshine than I have of 64 of it. I've kind of gone back and forth with both of those. I'm not really in a Galaxy mood, so.
All right, Alec, that's it.
There it is.
September.
There it is.
2020.
Yeah, I don't even remember what we ended off on, but it just
Super Mario 64.
Cut, so. Yeah, good game.
Good game.
Yeah.
We probably cut right in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember, but
yeah, I'm looking forward to playing the others in the collection. Even though I feel like the superior versions are still the original versions because they took out trigger sensitivity in Super Mario Sunshine. You can't do that in the controller.
They did, but they kind of make it work still. They make it work still. It's Galaxy though. Galaxy. I would easily say this is the definitive version of Galaxy. It looks beautiful. Yeah, I don't know what they took out. I don't know if they took anything out of it. I'm not aware of it.
Well, can you do handheld mode in it, or no?
Yeah, you can.
They said it's like touchscreen stuff, or what?
Yeah, you can do. You touchscreen is for the star bits. Yeah, you can actually still play it with a controller. Even you can play it with a pro controller, and basically, I think, from what I understand is, I think you with a button and with one of the control sticks, I think is how you control the pointer for that. That's a little weird. Yeah. I don't know if I would ever play it that way.
But I feel like the Wii remote and nunchuck was the perfect control scheme for that.
So
game.
I think the Joy-Cons will probably work just fine. I actually haven't honestly given it a shot yet. Based on everyone I've heard, it works pretty well. So.
All right. Well, that's gonna be it for September. We'll come back next month, do the same thing.
Alrighty.
All right. If you have is there a video that our viewers should check out if they're watching this one?
You should check out our video on. Check out a review of the friggin' Starbomb album that came out. The Triforce. Should check out our review about the Triforce.
One of our many album reviews we've done.
Thousands of albums.
All right, so check that out. If you know what that is, then you know what that is. Yeah. All right, so thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to our podcast feed. Follow us on Twitter at Tarqaron, TWO. Hit the notification bell. Leave a comment. Leave a like. And all right, I'm Luigi.
I'm Riku.
All right, we'll see you next time.